turn on the haunches. I'm going to walk down the rail, and as I'm walking down the rail, I'm going to tip my horse's nose to the fence and ask his hind to come off of the fence one to two strides. So I've got a little hind end off the rail, and then I'm going to come to a halt, tip his nose. I already have his nose tipped, and then I'm going to open up with my hand closest to the rail, and I'm going to soften my inside leg, or the leg closest to the rail. I call it the inside leg because that's the bend. It's the inside of the bend. And then I'm going to come on with my leg that's away from the rail to say move your front end. So we first move a little bit on the hind there. And now I'm asking for the front to come through, and we're turning into the fence to keep your horse from walking forward. And as soon as he comes through, then I allow him to walk off. And now I'm going to do the same thing this way, is tip his nose to the rail, ask his hind end to come off of the rail, and halt. Now I open up with the leg, or more with the hand. The leg should just stay soft. You don't want to open it or do that, because that puts tension in that leg and actually blocks them. So I'm going to say, let's come on through, come on with the leg closest to the inside of the arena, or away from the rail, and say move that front through. So I'm walking down. Ask the hind to come off of the rail, and halt. Open up the hand closest to the rail, come on with the leg away from the rail, say move that front end through. And that's pretty nice. So I'm really making sure that I have independence of the hind in the front. So this direction, I ask for the hind. He's a little stickier this way. Not moving that hind end off. There it is. Halt. Open up with the hand closest to the rail. Come on with the leg that's away from the rail, and say move back through. Heading on down the rail. And now I can do a little more. I'm going to do a whole 360, so I'm going to ask hind end to move off, and then bring the front end through, and keep taking it around. So now I might need to use a little outside rein, that's the outside of the bend, to keep him from going forward, and bringing that front end around. There, you wanted to go forward, so I bump them back, say don't go forward, come through, that was good, and then I can walk on. So we can do that. And I'm going to come to a halt, ask the hind. So there's different combinations here. It doesn't always have to be a certain way. So I'm giving you little variations, and then move the front end through. But stick with one till you feel like you've got it pretty good, then you can do another variation. And now as I'm going down, I pick up, move the hind end, I'm going to put it all in a sequence, and then bring the front end all the way around. So he wants to go forward, so I bump him back a little with the outside rein, say bring your front end through, all the way around, good, and then we can walk on. And another variation is that I come to a halt, tip his nose to the inside, and then ask the front to come around to the inside. And walk off. that again. So I come to a halt, tip his nose to the inside, and ask for the front end to step around. Good. Yeah, that's nice. So those are some different variations of turn on the haunches, turn on the forehand, and then eventually you'll be able to do these wherever you want to. So if you head on down out in the middle of the arena, you can come to a halt, move that hind. See, he wants to move the front yet, so we may need to still use a little bit of the rail. So there's the hind, and now I ask for the front. Say, step it over, good, good, and that's nice. And then I can walk on. That gives you a few variations in turn on the haunches, turn on the forehand. You know, it's also called a disengagement or indirect rein, direct rein. You know, there's just different variations depending on who's talking about it, but they're essentially the same thing. So, we thank you for your time. See you next time.